So, hey, Lisa, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. What's been on your mind lately?
So I'm considering taking Sophia out of her current preschool and deciding if I should either homeschool her or maybe enter her into this Montessori program.
Okay, so you're trying to decide whether or not you're going to keep her at her current preschool,
Yeah.
or whether or not you want to pull her out of that program right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have this personal decision guide because I know this is a really big decision for you, to kind of help walk you through, to kind of help you decide and make your decision on what you think might be the best for Sophia and your family. What do you think about that?
I think that would be a big help.
All right, so let's go through this together. So the decision that you're facing, as we said, is whether to keep her in preschool or not. Okay. So why are you thinking about this decision?
Well, there's some current failures on the part of the school district in their safety procedures and following through with them.
Okay, so some safety issues there. When do you think you need to make this choice by?
Quickly, within the week.
Okay. So
I'd like her to not be at the school any longer if she's not going to be staying there. So I don't want her to prolong the transition.
Okay, great. So how far along are you with this choice, would you say? I mean, have you thought about it? Are you pretty close to making a choice? Have you already made your decision?
I'm pretty close to making my decision.
Okay, good. So now let's kind of explore your decision a little bit further. So let's look at your different options. So I know you said your one option was to keep her at the school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What would be another option that you're considering?
Homeschooling.
Any other?
There's a Montessori program that I'm interested in putting her in.
Okay, Montessori program. All right, so let's go back to your first option, keeping her at the current school. So what do you feel are the benefits or the advantages of keeping her there?
There wouldn't be a need to transition her to a new program.
Okay, no need to transition. Okay, any other benefits or things that you see?
Well, the long-term commitment to the school district we live in is important to me.
Okay, commitment to the school district. Okay, perfect. So let's look at those options here. So how much does it matter to you that she doesn't have that need to transition? If you were to give it on a scale of 0 being not at all important to you to 5 being it's really, really important to you.
Probably a 3.
A 3? Okay. What about the long-term commitment to the school district?
A 2.
A 2? Okay. So let's look at option 2 now. All right. So this is homeschooling. So what do you see the advantages of homeschooling, Sophia?
I would be able to control her environment and her learning.
Okay.
Her safety.
Learning and safety. Okay. Any other?
We have this flexibility in our schedule.
Flexible schedule. So now, looking at that control of that environment with her learning and her safety, how important is that to you?
Probably a 3 or 4.
Okay. 3 or 4. And what about having a flexible schedule? How important is that?
2.
2. Okay. So now the Montessori school. Okay, so what are the benefits and advantages?
The main benefit is integrating her into an educational philosophy that is one that I highly respect and that I can see her excelling in.
Okay, good. Any other benefits that you see to putting her in a Montessori style school?
Giving her the opportunity to immerse herself in a community with shared values.
Okay, immerse in community with shared values. All right, so now let's look at the education philosophy. How important is that education philosophy to you?
Very important.
Very important. So on a scale of 0 to 5, what would you put it at?
A 5.
A 5. Okay. Good. And then what about that immersion in that community and that connectedness there?
Yeah, definitely a 5.
A 5?
Well.
Okay. Good. So now let's go back to option 1 again. Okay. So keeping her at her current school, what do you see are some of the risks and disadvantages of keeping her there? Or some of the negatives?
The inefficiency in the administration is a huge negative that stands out to me.
Okay.
And their inability to adhere to safety protocols, the number one, and then how that flows out into the other decisions that they're making. So it's given me a lack of security in their decision-making abilities, which then flows into her safety, and the overall lack of concern for parents' opinions and feelings towards what's going on in the school, and lack of response to those needs and concerns of the parents.
Okay. So now let's look at this. So same thing like we did here before, where we kind of figured out how much do these things matter to you. So we're going to do the same thing with the risks and the disadvantages. So that inefficiency in the administration, how important is that to you in this decision?
5.
A 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about the safety concerns that you have?
A 5.
A 5. Okay. What about that that lack of urgency with the administration?
A 5.
A 5. Good. All right. So now homeschooling her. What do you see as some of the disadvantages or the risks?
It would be not a responsibility at home, and
Okay.
with another child at home and
Mhm.
increased responsibility mounting on other parts of our home life, I could say that's a concern of mine for sure.
Okay. So the added responsibility.
Mhm.
Mhm. Do you see any other negatives to homeschooling her?
Just the lack of social
Okay.
involvement that she would get in a school.
Social. So again, looking at those, so that added responsibility at home, how important is that to you?
Probably a 4.
4. Okay. And what about that lack of social environment?
A 4 as
A 4.
well.
Okay. Now we'll go back to the Montessori school. So what do you see as some of those disadvantages there? Or some of the negatives?
It's an increased financial commitment.
Okay. Increased financial. Anything else that you're seeing?
It's a 3-year time commitment. So she would
Okay.
have to do 3 years. That would include her kindergarten year there.
Okay. So
And also she'd have to transition
And
from the
transition.
program that she's in now and that she likes to something that she doesn't know. So there's a risk there.
right. So how do you feel about that financial piece? How important is that to you?
3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what about that 3-year commitment?
Maybe a 2.
Okay. And what about that transition?
A 3.
A 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So we've kind of weighed your options here, and you've kind of have looked at, what's important for you when you're making this decision. Do you have an option that you are preferring at this moment?
I'm
What you're
preferring
thinking?
the Montessori option.
So that option 3 that you.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So who else is involved in making this decision with you?
My husband and obviously my preschooler, my daughter.
Okay, husband and daughter. And then have you talked to your husband about which option he prefers?
Yeah, I think he's helping me decide. I think we're both kind of on the same page of wanting her to have a new experience, and so I think he's leaning towards the Montessori option. At
Okay.
this point.
So what about your daughter?
I think she would prefer right now to stay where she is in her current preschool because she doesn't know any different.
Okay.
She's comfortable there and she likes it.
Okay, great. Do you feel that your husband is pressuring you at all to make a decision?
No.
Okay, what about your daughter?
No, I don't think she knows there's a decision to be made at
Okay.
this point.
Okay. How do you feel that your husband can support you in making this decision?
He can educate himself on the options, specifically the philosophy of Montessori and the financial commitment. He can definitely give me reassurance in that area that that's something that he feels comfortable that we can do, and that if he feels that the Montessori program aligns with our parenting style, I'd like to hear his opinion on that.
Okay, great. How do you feel that your daughter might be able to help support you in this decision? Not necessarily, her voicing her opinion, but what aspects might help you?
Just as I watch her exhibit different needs that she has, one being her social needs. Seeing her show the need for social involvement does help me to rule out a little bit something like homeschooling.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Good. So what role do you prefer in making this decision? Do you prefer making this decision on your own, sharing this decision with somebody else, or having somebody else decide this
I
for
prefer
you?
to share with my husband.
Share with your
of course,
husband?
Yeah.
Good. So I'm gonna leave this here with you so we can reference as we go through the next step of this decision guide. So now we're gonna kind of take a look at what are your decision-making needs. So we're gonna look at the area of knowledge. So now that we've kind of gone through the risks and the benefits to each option, do you feel that you have enough information regarding all of your options, or do you need more information?
I feel at this point I have as much information as I can get.
Okay, good. Are you clear? So we're going to talk about your values. So are you clear about which benefits and risks matter most to you?
Yeah, I feel like this guide really helped to lay that out.
Good, good. Do you feel like you have enough support and advice to make a choice at this point?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now we're looking at your certainty. So do you feel sure about the best choice for you? Do you know what the best choice is for you at this point?
I feel that I do. Yeah.
Good. Are there any other factors that maybe we haven't discussed that might be difficult making this decision for you?
I can't think of any other factors right now. Obviously, her being admitted into the Montessori program would be a huge factor, because if that option were ruled out, that would leave me with the other two to choose between.
Right.
So.
Being admitted to the program. And what do you anticipate? How do you think you can get some more information about being able to, if she's admitted to the program or not? Have you made an appointment to meet with the school or anything? Or?
Yes, I have. I made an appointment for a parent meeting for my husband and I with the director of the school, where she will go over all of the things to make sure that we're a good fit for the school and that the school's a good fit for us. And also, following that, there'll be an observation of my child in the school with the other students and teachers.
Okay, great. So you have a plan to kind of get some more of that information of things that you might need.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, I'm going to give you this form, so this you can take with you, so that way you can look this over, you can discuss it with your husband and really kind of help to solidify what the decision is that you guys want to make for your daughter and her future preschool.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Well, thank you for helping me walk through this and get my thoughts out. I appreciate it.